Hey everyone, welcome to Post to Post. My name is Neil. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a good one. Let's talk Chicago Blackhawks. Let's talk reverse retros. Some news was released the other day by Carter Richard on Twitter. I don't know Carter. I'm sure maybe some of you do, but I personally don't know Carter. He tweeted something out. I got picked up by a couple of different people, and I kind of trust. In Carter we trust because of the connected sources kind of in the community, I guess, that kind of verified that. So I'm going to show you the tweet right now. It's we'll read it together. A source within the Hawks organization has told me that this jersey is confirmed to be the Chicago Blackhawks Reverse Retro 2.0 jersey. Thoughts? So there you can see. Not just the jersey, the entire uniform. I have a better photo of that I'll bring up. We can just look at the jersey by itself without the tweet. Let's dissect this a little bit, okay? So hypothetically, let's just assume that this is the design. And by the way, maybe not hypothetically. I trust Carter. I don't know him, but I trust this. So the jersey itself, we see some similarities to their past. If you're not familiar with it, you might look at this and think, well, what the heck is this? But if you know their history, you know their past, you know their jersey and uniform, archive, then you should know this. Well, most of it. The logo, not so much. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But the jersey itself, it kind of dates back to, I guess, really two eras, if you want to go that route. 1937-ish is when they started to use a jersey like this. It was not identical to this. And there's some debate of when this jersey, this concept that we're looking at, is actually referring to, because I think they used a variation of this jersey up until like 1951, 52, 53, something like that. So there's been some different iterations from 37 to around then. Whatever, pick one of the jerseys from that time frame. It doesn't really matter. That's kind of where this is being pulled from. But the other one, I want to show you that, is the 1992 75th anniversary jersey that the Chicago Blackhawks used as the anniversary jersey for 75 years in the NHL. So that's kind of similar, but the logo is different. They don't use the classic logo; they use the Chicago on there. There's so many teams doing this, and I just think it's a miss. I just putting it right out there. I think it's a miss. I think it's a mistake. I will say that I like the shoulder patch, though. Having the actual logo on there on the shoulder patch, I think will look pretty good. But having the Chicago text on there, I just think it's lazy. It's not only lazy, but it wasn't done in their history. If I'm not mistaken, I'll double check right now. Yeah, I'm just looking at it here now, and from what I can tell, they have never done that in their history. So not only is there not anything retro about it, because it just doesn't exist, but secondly, it doesn't really look good. Just because other teams are doing it doesn't mean that you have to do it. I just think it's totally out of place. It looks awkward. It doesn't look like it belongs. I want to see some Chicago Blackhawks logos, whether it's the current one, whether it's an original style with the one we see on this one, like a style like this. It doesn't have to be identical to this. Could be the one on the Winter Classic, something like that. I don't know. It's just not for me. Now the jersey itself is quite interesting. I'm very curious to see this in an Adidas cut. I think it's actually going to look very good, specifically in uniform, in person. But yeah, the logo kind of ruins it for me. So I'd probably, like 7 out of 10, something like that. Of all the teams out there that I know of someone who works for, I don't know anyone who works for the Chicago Blackhawks, so I cannot verify this myself. So don't ask me if it's real, if I can confirm it. I can't. I don't know anyone who works for the Chicago Blackhawks. But that leads me and segues me into the next conversation. It's about the Islanders. So, news was released today that the Islanders will be going with the Fisherman, and there's some other secondary news behind that about kind of the specific colorization of the jersey. So, Fisherman, Islanders, and I had so many questions, or I guess messages from people asking me the question, hey, did you see the news that the Islanders are going with the Fisherman? And I was like, trying not to be rude, but yeah, that's what I had to say. Yeah, in February, because that's when I tweeted out the news that they were going to go with the Fisherman, and I made a video on it in February as well. So it kind of made me look bad. And I'm like, yeah, in February when I said it, but that's not how I meant it. I didn't mean to be rude or like I was bragging or that I'm some insider. I'm not. Okay, I just had a conversation with a couple of people in the industry around February. They gave me some very credible and reliable information. I released all the information in February. And that was that. We had fun talking about it. So I've seen it. I've seen it back in February. So I didn't mean that to come across like, I don't know. I just felt like made me look rude or something. But I didn't mean it like that. It's just like, Yeah, I did see it, but the information that I did know was the colorization. So they're not going with the kind of teal color, which is an interesting choice. Actually, I don't know if it's bad or good. We'll wait till we see the jersey, right? But yeah, so that kind of news is out there. And some other news that was released as well today, or I guess discussed. It wasn't released today. But the Edmonton Oilers McFarland jersey, we knew about that back in February. What was the other one? The Lightning. That's what it was. Yeah, the Lightning. So the Lightning, we did know about that as well. I released that in February. That's going to be a full, basically, sublimation print of kind of one of their original jerseys, the crazy one with the lightning and the waves and all that stuff. So we knew that, but we didn't know, or I guess I kind of knew, but more suspected so. I was told, but it wasn't really from a credible source, so I didn't really release it. I just kind of had it in my prediction video that they were going to do with the Golden Seals. So that was, I guess, technically new information for me, confirmed information. So I'm happy to see that they did go that direction. I think it's going to be very interesting. Obviously, we don't know what the jersey looks like, and we won't know for maybe a little bit, but I think that's a good decision by the San Jose Sharks, so I appreciate that information getting out there. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm all about listening to the news. So if you've got any news that I haven't discussed before, I would love to hear it. All right, so we discussed Chicago, the Islanders, Tampa, Edmonton, and what was the other one? Sharks. So the big conversation was Chicago. So let me know what you think about the Chicago news. This was completely new information from me. Chicago Blackhawks going with this jersey. Is this the right decision? I don't think it's the right decision, but I don't hate it. That's kind of how I feel about it. Would love to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If I hear news, I will tell you news. If I hear rumors, I'll tell you rumors, okay? So if you're new and this is maybe the first video on the channel, if you want to stay up to news on all the jersey talk, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Click the notification bell as news is released. I will make a video about it, or at least tweet about it until I can make a video about it. So if you're not following me on Twitter, it's at Post to Post Show over there. That's where I broke the news on the Islanders with the Fishermen, the Canadians with the Expos, and I think I use that as a gateway to point to the YouTube videos where I kind of released information on other things. So follow me on Twitter if you have Twitter, and subscribe on YouTube if you're new. Hope you guys are having a great night. Like I said, keep me informed. If you hear any news, let me know, and I will talk to you guys real soon in the future. Have a great night. Adios.